Hey there. I've been trying to record this segment of the video for like 30 times now, but every time I get interrupted with something else. That's correlated to the fact that I'm recording in the afternoon, and like I've said in the full household video, it's practically impossible for me to actually record a video in complete silence, since I get interrupted many times. But anyways, the reason I haven't uploaded a video in like 10 days by now, and it's going to probably take more by the time I'm recording this video right now, is because I actually got a job as a waiter in a 4-star resort, which seems fancy, but it's actually not that bad. The only fancy thing about that place is that I need the shirt to actually work. But for the rest, it's actually easier than every other job as a waiter I've done up until now. I'm telling you this because, of course, in the next 30 days, about 30 days, yeah, it's going to be like this. So I'm going to upload very little, very few videos. And I'm going to separate this video into 2 segments, since I actually have to go prepare myself right now because I have my second shift of today. In like 10 minutes I have to go. So I'm going to separate the video into 2 parts. Before going, I wanted to explain to you how my shifts work, so you have an idea of what I'm going through right now, so you can understand. So my job requires the waiters to do 3 shifts, but every waiter every day has to do only 2. So it's either breakfast, lunch, or dinner, and of course every waiter every day has to do at least 2 of them. And that alone keeps me quite busy every day, since me being sort of an extra waiter and not an actual waiter, but I work as an actual waiter, but I'm considered extra basically. And that alone gives me the worst shifts possible, which are breakfast and dinner. And these are not the worst, because lunch and dinner are actually the worst, time considering, since lunch starts at like 11:30 a.m, ends in about 3 p.m, and then dinner starts again at 6:30 p.m to 10:30 p.m. So it's going to be a little more difficult. Breakfast and dinner is tolerable, but not everything else. So for now is all. I'll see you in the next part of the video. Now that you've heard the introduction, we can just pop right into the video, into the main topic of this video. When you hear the word productive in a context that tells you to be more productive, what exactly is the first thought that appears in your mind? Probably it's going to be something work related. Imagine yourself in an office grinding to get a promotion, which will hardly come, and if it does, it's basically just going to get you like 50% more work and like only 2% salary raise. So the proportion of the raise doesn't match the amount of work you're gonna get. Some of you may also think being productive means being at home working with your computer to maybe open an online business or to record YouTube videos like me right now, or for any other reason. Well, that is of course being productive. There's a lot of aspects that don't get considered enough when talking about being more productive. First of all, what I think is the most important factor, being productive means increasing your mental well-being. And you can already guess, that means putting yourself in a position that requires you to actually rest and regenerate your mental exhaustion. To do that, I wouldn't recommend scrolling on your phone mindlessly, because there is a high chance you're going to get videos that make your mind work even when you're not noticing it, or are going to put negative thoughts in your mind that will actually make you feel worse. Still, if you do know what to search for, or know what makes you really turn your brain off and enjoy what you're watching, then you don't need to hear this advice in particular, but maybe the next ones. In my opinion, The best way to enjoy your time while resting, if we consider using the phone in the meantime, is to look for comedic videos. In particularly, my favorites are the ones of Gabriel Iglesias, which I think you probably know. My favorite comedian out there, by the way. But if you want to take a nap or make even your body relax, then ASMR videos are the best. I put them on sometimes before going to sleep, or even when writing video scripts like for videos like this one. Still, don't make it a reason to go up and begin to doom scroll videos one after another, since the best way to actually relax is to either take a nap if you're completely exhausted, without consulting your phone beforehand, of course, or just enjoy a snack and do something that you actually like doing. I put this advice first to let you know that you need to be rested and being mentally charged to do anything more productively, and doing it whilst also being happier, since being mentally rested is the reason of your happiness. Now that you've understood why being rested is important, we gotta figure out what you consider being productive. Is it perhaps only career oriented or making money? If that's the case, I think you're missing out on the best part of life, which is enjoying your staying. Don't get me wrong, you need to be able to enjoy your staying, and to do that, you need money that you receive through work. Still, working is not all there is in life, but let's go step by step. So productive means for you to grind and hope to someday not having to work anymore, or work very little, which is actually the right mentality to approach productiveness. But you need to make sure not to get yourself lost in the process. Because, let's be honest, not working at all in the long term is going to make you actually feel worse than working. Because I felt it this way, since, as you've heard at the beginning of this video, since I've become a waiter, I actually enjoy more the times where I'm actually free. Like today is my free day. I was free, but I actually enjoy it more now than before, because I know that I earned it, basically. So it's very easy to start without having an actual plan, and that usually brings you into a stalling position that blocks you from pursuing your goals. Maybe you've tried dropshipping or opening an online business without succeeding, and let me tell you, I was there, okay? So you're not alone, and surely not the only one who got convinced in this. Work a little and let everybody else do the hard part. But you know why that doesn't work? First, because everybody is doing that, and so the competition rises to the top, meaning you get eaten by the ones who already got experience in these sectors, and you're doing it blindly, since those who have experience started when there was no competition, and now have basically the monopoly of that sector. And I don't mean the board game, I mean basically having the clients all for themselves, like Amazon. So if you've tried these online business methods, you know by now that they don't work. But there's still some things you can do to work online. Like, for example, recording YouTube videos like this one. The content you want to base your channel on is up to you, since I don't know you and I don't know what skills you have. I have very little skills, like I didn't even open an editing program before starting this YouTube channel, and I'm trying to learn day after day. So if you do have great editing skills or animating skills, you could open a tutorial channel on how to edit, or an animated videos channel. And by doing that, if you stay consistent and grow on views, you can use online services like Fiverr to search for clients who need, for example, an editor for their videos or something that regards your skills. I told you to start a channel beforehand so that finding clients can even be easier if you advertise your services to potential clients. One last thing, if you work by yourself, make sure you at least don't mind what you're doing. Even better if you like it. Now let's get back to the main point of productiveness before we get carried away too much. After knowing what to do, you need to make sure you know how to spend your free time to actually fulfill your mental well-being. For example, when you want to spend time with your friends, make sure you're present in the moment and socialize with them so that you enjoy the moment you find yourself in. Because at the end of the day, being productive means making your stay here on Earth as worthy as possible. And contrary to popular belief, That means to live adventures and get experience that you will never forget, and not necessarily be the CEO of $1 trillion worth company. In my opinion, that only makes your life stressful. Sure, you might not have money problem, but you're still responsible for millions of customers around the world and billions of orders. So that can get a little stressful. Considering the amount of bad people out there, and trust me, having done the waiter, and by the time I'm uploading this video, I've already worked basically 8 days already. Working by yourself on your own terms by doing what you like is, in my opinion, the best way to enjoy life, even while working. And if that works, and if that work allows you to make a good living out of it, you've basically won in life. Because then there's almost nothing that will stress you constantly, except, of course, having a childish girlfriend or wife. Then I'm sorry for you, but you need to eventually get rid of her for your own mental well-being. So in summary, being productive means making your time valuable by enjoying every moment at its maximum. And I know it's impossible to do that every time, but when you can, do it. You'll find yourself being more happy. Okay, now this is going to sound like completely contradictory to what I said up until now, but you don't have to always think about productive. I've told you to spend your free time wisely so that you can get the maximum worth out of it. But most of the time, your free time has to be considered free. And to do that, you need to turn off your brain, like I said earlier, and actually have a little stop from the world. Allowing yourself to leisure a little every day, so that you don't find yourself being miserable. Some hobbies are considered wasteful, like video games, but I don't think so. Since even while playing, you're enjoying yourself, and depending on the video game, you can actually relax or have a dopamine rush, which makes you happy in the moment. And let's be honest, we need it nowadays. And the ones who say to you otherwise are probably stuck in the self-improvement loop, which brings you into desperation for perfection and make you feel guilty for wanting to spend time to enjoy yourself. On this matter, I recently found a picture that illustrates precisely what I'm talking about right now. And if I find it, I'll put it here on the screen. It shows on the left side a man cutting the bushes in his garden, a perfect organized garden, in a manner that you can clearly see that he's a perfectionist. And presumably he's doing it on his free day, meaning that even when he should rest, he's working. And that, I think, caused him partial hair loss, as you can see. Hopefully I found the image to let you see that. While on the right side, there is an opposite illustration that shows a man in a messy, disorganized garden with toys scattered around, with him sleeping on a chair in the staircase. But he is actually resting on his day off, meaning that always being productive can be unproductive. Of course, both are extreme-sided and neither are a healthy representation of what it should look like. So it should be something in between. Like maybe not letting toys scatter around, and if the grass grows too much, then cutting it sometimes could be balanced enough. So always try to find balance in things. Now, I want to test a feature of YouTube right now. There should be popping up a survey on the screen somewhere, like here. And I want you to vote whether you think leisure a little every day is healthy or not. Just click on one of the choices on the survey to let me know what you think on this matter. Now, of course, thank you for voting on the survey. I hope this video made you think a little on how you should live your life at best, and not feeling constantly miserable, even though you find yourself grinding or being in a self-improvement phase. Let me know through the comments how you live to bring yourself to be a positive man every day, so that I can also learn from you guys and also get to know you better overall, to make myself an idea on who I'm talking to. Leave a like if you liked the video, subscribe to my channel to support my project, and I'll see you in the next video. Don't forget to reach for happiness.